All right, what's up, everybody? Thanks for clicking this video. Thanks for tuning into my channel. My name is Simon Hill, Black American from Louisiana, coming to you live from Budapest, Hungary. Where I'm at right now, it's 9:19 p.m., May 28th, 2025. And I'm making this live stream to give a shout out to all my students all across the world, because I think right about now, for everybody, if you're in university, if you're in grad school, if you're getting your PhD, undergrad, overgrad, underground, above ground, whatever you're doing, man, it's finals time. Everybody's studying hard. Everybody's stressed out about these exams. And for people that don't know, I'm an undergraduate student in sociology out here in Budapest, Hungary. I already have one bachelor's in music industry studies. And now I want to switch careers. I want to become an academic. I want to become a professional thinker, writer, teacher, punctuator, all that good stuff. So that's why I'm in university again. And I picked a sociology program in the university I go to because I thought it's the most interesting, right? And this is my second semester of my first year at university. It has not been easy. The most difficult thing for me in my university journey at this stage of my life at 34 years old, as a grown-ass man with a wife, with rent, with utility, with a real-ass job, the hardest thing is just waking up early in the morning after working late at night and also finding the money, scrounging the money to pay for tuition. You get what I'm saying? So salute to Ozzy, salute to everybody else who's in the chat, and shout out once again to all the students out there in the world. And what we're gonna do in live stream is we're gonna make it cool to be smart. We're gonna make it cool to be smart because it's finals week for me, but I'm knocking all my finals out early. The way at my university, which is not how it worked in the US. It's very different out here in Europe, how it works for the school system. How it works for the school system out here in Europe, you pick the date that you're going to have your final exam. The way I remember university, and keep in mind, when I was first in university in my early days, I did not take it seriously. Half of the time I was lit. Half of the time I was not paying attention in class. I was not as good of a student as I am now, as I was back then when I was in my early 20s. But the way I remember university working when I was first going to it is that the last day of class is your last exam. And usually you have a midterm exam and a final exam, and that's it. No doers. You got to retake the class if you fail. And I think I've only failed like 2 or 3 classes in my entire life. In my entire life, I've never been that type of student that got, D's and F's, had to retake courses. You get what I'm saying? I was always a pretty decent student. I'm not the best studier. I remember in high school, it was like A's and B's. University, it was C's. You know what I mean? But C's get degrees. But here, for today's live stream, I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm going to pat myself on the back and hopefully inspire all of you because your boy is doing well in school. Here are my grades. Here are my grades. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? We getting good. Okay, this one I know I can do better. I'm going to break that down. But what is that? Excellent, 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 excellent. This one is just a mandatory course that you got to take just for preparation. And I'm going to break down all the courses. And this one is satisfactory. So your boy is passing. Your boy is doing well. The grades show that there's something in between the shoulders. The grades show that there's something in this cranium. The grades show that the brain works. It does work, okay? It works, and I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself because you know what? It's been a fight. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. You get what I'm saying? To make it through school. To make it through school at this age in life at 34 years old and to still get good grades, to still show up all my classes, to make sure I ace these exams and impress my teachers, man. I'm so proud of myself. And you know what they say in the Christian Bible? They say pride before the fall. Well, fuck that. We ain't Christian over here. Ain't nothing wrong with being proud of being smart and being proud of your hard work. And I'm glad I got this. So I'll write this down. I'm going to break down my grades. I'm going to break down my studies and break down everything in relation to these courses. And let's start with the worst grade. Let's start with the one satisfactory. Satisfactory in this case, because the way it works in Europe, it's not like on a 100% scale, like how it is in the US. You know what I mean? You get a 90 to a 100, an A, 80 to 89, that's a B, et cetera, down, right? It's like out of 5. Out of 5 is what you get Well, if you get like a 3 on the exam, then that's like a what? A good, right? If you get like a 2, that's like a satisfactory, but that's passing. Like a 2.5 is passing, is what I mean. Exactly. So what class did I get satisfactory in? Hungarian language, General Hungarian A1 by my teacher, Sash Gabor. Shout out to Ash Gabor. He was cool. The teacher was cool. And the reason I took that class, it was not mandatory for my degree or anything like that. But I wanted to take Hungarian because while living here, I might as well try to learn the language, learn something, right? And for, I would say about 2 months, I was on Duolingo heavy. I was on Duolingo every day, practicing my Hungarian for hours. Don't ask me to speak any because I forgot it all already. So I decided while I was on Duolingo, hey, I might as well sign up for the Hungarian course this semester, right? And at the beginning of the class, was going all the time. And in fact, I went to the majority of classes. I think maybe I only missed one. And that one class was online because the teacher canceled it. Other than that, I was always there. But the thing is, during the time I was taking the Hungarian course, the Hungarian government began passing all these extreme laws that turned me off to the country and the culture and everything. So while being here in Hungary, I've seen the law change where now, for example, my wife and I are going through drama in relation to visas because the Hungarian government decided if you're here on a student visa, you can't be here with a family reunion visa too. So if you're married to a person who is here on a student visa, unfortunately, you're not able to just come along with them. You get what I'm saying? Shout out all Salter 777. We're talking about grades, man. It's a grade check. If you in school, pop your grades out, man. Drop your pants. Drop your pants and let's see them grades, baby. Got them A's? You got them A's? Or you got them B's? Or you got them C's? Let's know what them grades like. Shout out to all Salter. I'm from Romania. Let us know what that Romanian education system got you, baby. Shout out to Salter. Anyway. So while being here, man, I've seen Hungary pass a lot of crazy laws, okay? Assaulter 77 says school's over, got work now. And I'm going to school. You can do both. And you're never too old to stop learning. You're never too old to stop learning, all right? So yeah, anyway. Ozzy says, are you pursuing a master's? Right now, I'm doing another undergrad, and yes, I will pursue my master's, and then eventually your boy is going to get that PhD. But like I was saying about Hungary, right? While being here, I've seen this country pass some crazy laws. Like they passed the anti-LGBTQ law that basically turned me off. They passed this law where the police can now videotape people and have facial recognition technology to then catch protesters and stuff like that. Didn't like that law. And essentially, and I've heard this from the mouth of my own professors, Hungary is closed to immigrants. You cannot immigrate to Hungary. The only way to get into Hungary, the only way to get permanent residency and eventually citizenship is 250,000 euros in a suitcase, in a duffel bag, whatever, and drop it in some property. And then you get the permanent residency or the citizenship. Or essentially, you have to have sex with one of the Hungarians and marry them. Brother. And I'm telling you, if you've come to Hungary and you see these women and men here, you'll know what I'm talking about. Why I'm saying, brother. But essentially, the only way to get citizenship or residency in Hungary is having sex with a Hungarian and marry him. or you're basically rich as hell, right? Assaulter 77 says he's learning coding right now. Shout out to Assaulter. Shout out to all the coders. Shout out to all the tech people. Anyway, when it comes to being in Hungary now, that's why I started taking the Hungarian class. But then in the middle of the class, the country started passing all these very draconian laws. These laws that I didn't approve of, that I didn't agree with, and I don't see myself wanting to live here if the country's going to continue to go down this right-wing fascist path. Facts. You get what I'm saying? While being here in Hungary, they invited Bibi Netanyahu. Bibi Netanyahu came to Budapest, Hungary. While I was here, they were flying Israeli flags there. Hungary left the ICC, the International Criminal Court, and said, we're not going to arrest a wanted war criminal while he's on our land. You get what I'm saying? So that really turned me off to Hungary. So to be frank, I could live here 20 years. I could live here 20 years and not give a damn about learning the language because I do not want to live here for the rest of my life. This is a very, very sad country. And the thing is, most Hungarians are generally cool. There's a lot of anti-blackness and racism in this country. There's a lot of homophobia in this country. There's a lot of wickedness and ignorance in this country. And I know some people are going to point to the history of this land and stuff like that. But I don't care. I don't care. There's never an excuse to hate your own people. There's never an excuse to hate LGBTQ people. There's never an excuse to be hating on immigrants that want to try to contribute to this society. There's never an excuse to just go completely right-wing fascist. I don't get it. All right. Assaulter77 says, some of them in Romania, there's like 60% Hungarian population where I was studying. Yeah, there's a lot of Hungarians in Romania. There's a lot of Hungarians in Romania. So I've met quite a lot of them too. They have a very big diaspora. Anyway, I'm going to go here. Go here to the next course. To the next course that I got the second best grade in, okay? So this is Otto Getcher's class, Sociology 2, where I got a good. I got a good, May 23rd, 2025, Introduction to Sociology 2. All right, 4 credits, right? Now, Introduction to Sociology 2 is this big lecture class that I take with basically everybody else in my program, right? Everybody else in sociology in the undergrad is basically in this big auditorium where this one guy who looks like Indiana Jones talks to us for an hour and a half about basically the history of sociology, different theories on the on sociological perspective, and basically the main thinkers, the forefathers of sociology. And I have to say, you know, it's a very interesting class for me, because before coming into this class, before coming into Sociology 1 and Sociology 2 with the same professor, Otto Getcher, I never heard of Max Weber. I never heard of Emil Durkheim. I never heard of George Simmel. You get what I'm saying? I never heard of a lot of these guys. You get what I'm saying? Andres Schenk says, hi from the Czech Republic. Shout out to the Czech Republic. It's finals week, baby. It's finals month. What's your grades looking like? What's your grades looking like, man? What's your grades looking like? Because mine looking good, baby. Good-ass grades. That boy's smart. That boy's smart. That black boy can fly, and boy, is he smart. All right? So us, Assaulter77, that language is hard, man. I can't learn it. I was trying for 3 years and didn't get a word. Yeah, Hungarian is pretty hard because it's a language that comes from, you know, like basically Central Asia. The Magyars came here. They know the exact date too. They came like in the year 1130 or something like that. Like the Magyars have been here in this place that we now call Hungary, in the Hungarian basin, right? For only about what 900 years or so. And yeah, they're cool. Nelson Moreno says his IQ is too low. No, Nelson Moreno, just by being black, you smart. Just by being black, you smart. If you know how to survive in this white supremacist world, you a genius. Assaulter77 says, isn't sociology a cult? He's trolling. He's trolling. I know he's trolling, but we're going to let that boy live. Anyway, continuing on here. Before, you know, studying Sociology 2 with my guy, Otto Getcher, the professor, where this semester I got a good. You get what I'm saying? And no cheating, by the way. I'm not that guy chat GPTing stuff out here. That's not me. I'm not chat GPTing, deep seeking. No AI is helping me pass. Period. 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 No AI is helping me pass. I know there's a lot of talk right now about university students using AI to get ahead. That is not AI. It's all me writing, thinking, typing. If I fuck up, I'm going to fuck up. If I fail a test, knowing I can use AI, I'm going to fail that test. I'm not going to cheat my way through university. Period. Period. Because I'm here to show and prove. I'm show and prove right now that there is nothing in this world that is given to the black man. There is nothing in this world that is given to the black man. If I earn it, I swear to God, on everything I love, if I earn it, you're going to know I got it, for real, for real. If you see me get it, you know I got it. I didn't get it from AI. I don't do none of that AI shit when it comes to my schooling. Period. Period. Facts. Anyway, Jan Stefanov says hi from Bulgaria. Shout out to Bulgaria out there. And Ozzy is telling Nelson that his IQ is still higher than Trump's. And that's a fact. That's a fact. All right. Let's go here. So yeah, continuing on with Sociology 2. I like Otto Getcher's class. And, you know, before in, I didn't, know about any of these sociologists, the history of the field. It's actually a relatively recent field, but so are many of the sciences, right? You know, biology wasn't codified until the late 19th century. You get what I'm saying? So still living in somewhat of a recent age of what we consider modern knowledge. And, Sociology 2, I really like that course. I only good in that because I'll be honest. I didn't do intense studying for that. And also, secondly, because I'm studying in a place where English is not the native language, sometimes I'm taking these tests, especially these multiple choice tests, where these teachers are definitely writing them themselves and the wording is a bit off. I've seen spelling mistakes on these tests. I've seen grammar mistakes on these tests, punctuation mistakes on these tests, that when I'm reading it, sometimes I'm confused by the question and the wording of the question as to how to answer. So I feel like, and I'm being honest, and I'm not saying that auto teacher's class is BS. That's not what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is that sometimes I'm reading the exam or the test and I don't even understand the framing of the question just by the word, the grammar, the punctuation, et cetera, et cetera. So that's still not an excuse to get a good on that exam. I should have got an excellent, right? I should have got an excellent on that exam. But c'est la vie, c'est la vie. If I studied harder, I know I could have gotten better. You get what I'm saying? All right. Nelson Morales says, Simon, we need an episode about the alleged upcoming emergence of conscious AI. I'll be frank, man. My opinions on AI, I felt like I've shared them before. I don't believe artificial intelligence can ever be truly be defined as intelligence unless it has a concept of death. If the computer think it has a limited time on Earth, if its lifespan is eternal, then it cannot truly be considered intelligence as we know it. Because all we know of our intelligence is dealing with the proximity we have to death and our own birth as well. Right? And also, if the AI is not differentiated in its intelligence. For example, we have, for lack of a better term, MAGA retards. We have really stupid MAGA people running around the world, right? But we're not going to say that they're not sentient or that they have some form of intelligence. Maybe we can question that intelligence, but there's people with different opinions, and those opinions are defined from their ability to reason, to use logic, and come to different conclusions. If all of the AI is essentially copy and pasted, reach the same conclusions, how can we really define that as intelligence? You get what I'm saying? All right. So continuing on here. Y'all are over here talking about dick sizes and Romanian women, man. Y'all tripping. Anyway, Sociology 2 with Otto Getcher. I beasted in that class. I did well in that class. It's just that exam kicked ass, but I didn't really study. Okay? So Assaulter says he can't even write in English, man. Y'all be easy on my boy Assaulter in the chat, man. He's just coming in here to practice his English, man. Let him practice. Anyway, let's continue on. So I got out the grades. I talked about the grades where I got bad grades in. But let's go to your boy knocking out these excellents, man. Come on now. Excellent. Julia Sekeli. Professor Sekeli's Sociology of Culture, man. Sick ass class, man. Sociology of Culture. Excellent. Now let me tell you about that exam. All essay. 9 questions. Hard, long essay. Knocked it out. Because your boy is a writer. I don't be playing. You really think I don't be. Y'all really think I do not be, on live, I'm just jerking my dick off, or I'm just sleeping and being lazy? Your boy is a writer. I write all the time. Here's writing I'm doing right now for culturalist theory, or I'm writing on MC now. I be heavy on the word pad, you feel me? But this class was interesting, right? Sociology of Culture with my professor, Julia Sekeli. Got an excellent today. That was today, my guy. Am I not smart? Is your boy not smart? All essay, all hard-ass text written by old dead men, breaking down all different concepts about media theory, the male gaze, what does art mean, history of the museum. I really loved that class with Professor Sekeli. She was actually one of my favorite teachers this semester. Most of the classes were online lectures, but then we got to meet her in person for like a 3-hour or 4-hour, I forget exactly how long, session where we watched this movie about fascism in Hungary as they were debating about building this statue in this neighborhood in the city where there was a pogrom against Jewish people. It was hella cool. She really encouraged a lot of discussion, a lot of deep thought, and I really, really enjoyed her. She was a very cool teacher, and I'm really interested in the sociology of culture, right? Within sociology, there's so many different branches. You could study the history of the field. You can focus just on statistics and numbers and quantifying data of different types of people, right? You could analyze the creation of media and culture and films and stuff like that. It's very dope. There's a philosophical bent to sociology as well. It's very, very deep. So yeah, it's I really love that this program offers different avenues of study and different avenues of express as well. So I'm really glad I'm into that. Okay. Nelson Moreno says, look into the sociology of religion. Boy, yes, we covered a little bit of that in Otto Getcher's class, Sociology 2, but that is an official course I think I'm going to take next semester, if your boy can pay for it. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about at the end of this live stream. But yeah, the sociology of religion is another part that's very, very cool. All right. Ozzy says, what branch of sociology are you most interested in? I'm probably the most interested in philosophical sociology or cultural sociology, meaning the study of like culture, how people create culture, what does culture mean, stuff like that. But also just, philosophy on, the perception of self within society, which is something that I'm going to talk later for another class. But that was a good question, Ozzy. Shout out to Ozzy as well. All right. All right. So Assaulter is saying sociology is a cult, but this guy is a coder. Now, let's keep it real. Assaulter, I'm trying not to insult you, but let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it absolutely real. There's a lot of stupid people who know how to code. In fact, isn't coding like one of the worst things you could do? Isn't coding one of the worst things you could learn to study as we enter the age of AI and ChatGPT and DeepSeek? As we enter the age where I can type a prompt and get a fly-ass website design, why would anybody learn how to code? And I'm going to talk about this, but I'll hint to it now. We don't need more engineers. We don't need more plumbers, more welders. We need more sociologists. We need more philosophers. We need more thinkers. We need more psychologists. We need more leaders. That's what this world needs. And I'm going to talk about this later because Trump press secretary Caroline Leavitt came out either yesterday or the day before and said, America doesn't need more LGBTQ Harvard professors, as if being a gay professor is somehow a drag on society. We need more welders and plumbers and construction workers. This is the thing. The ruling class wants us to be dumb. The ruling class wants us to be dumb. They don't want people reading. They don't want people actually using their mind. They don't want people actually questioning the status quo. They just want people that are able to go out there and work with your hands. We don't need that. We don't need that in society. And I'm telling y'all, man, if I could guarantee an entire generation of black men and women would only go study the humanities, I would in a heartbeat. We don't need any more doctors, lawyers, plumbers, welders. We need more thinkers. I swear to God, we do. We need more readers. We need more writers. We need more scribes. We need more griots. We need more people who are in the humanities. I swear to God, because we are in a world right now where intelligence is not cool. We're in a world where intelligence is not valued. And we're in a world where intelligence is dangerous, where people actually thinking and reading is dangerous. I swear to God it is. All right. So Ozzy says, isn't that bad for the environment? Facts too. All of those data centers suck up a lot of energy as well. Okay. So continuing here. So sociology, cool. Excellent today. Let's go here. Another class. Now, this is another excellent I got. Esther Zouza Powell's class, Mainstreams of Social Thinking by Pastor Zouza. Shout out to her as well. I gave her a hard time. I got lady a really hard time because let's keep it real. I'm in Hungary. I'm in hella white Hungary, and she was kicking some hella white BS. Being a black man in class, a lot of these classes, and also being a native English speaker, I have some level of advantage when able to communicate my ideas and talk back to my teacher because, I'm listening to this woman, lecture on about the history of Europe and how Europe developed its traditions and its culture and its history. And then I raise my hand and say, how about the 400 years of importing and selling people across the world that brought the wealth to Amsterdams, to the Parises, to the Madrids and stuff like that? And this woman said to me in class, this is how I knew. That's how I got my Negro wake-up call. I got my Negro wake-up call when my professor said to me, Europeans did not profit as much from slavery as did North African Arabs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are y'all hearing that? Did y'all hear that? I'll repeat that. This white woman told me that Europeans did not profit from North African slavery as much as North African Europeans, as much as North Africans. Are you serious? That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. All right. So Ozzy says, I was going to ask if there's a significant international student present at your university. Yes, there is. Oh, yes, there is. All right. Hold on. Wait. Can you hear now? Can you hear me now? Sorry if I made the sound go lower. I was hitting the screen, man. I was hitting the screen. But yeah, there's a lot of international students. See a lot of black folks running around. A lot of Pakistanis, a lot of Indians, a lot of Chinese. A lot of Chinese. Nothing wrong with that either. But boy, they be cheating. You've never seen AI work. They put that AI to work. They put that AI to work like it's in a Bangladeshi sweatshop. I swear to God. Man, they be cheating. Nelson Moreno, are the women hot? Brother, brother. Have you seen a Hungarian woman? Jesus. Anyway, continuing on, man. Mainstreams of social thinking is essentially what it sounds like. This class that I got an excellent in, which I'm very proud of, once again, shout out to Esther Zouza Powell, right? Shout out to her. But this class is exactly what you think like. Whenever you see mainstream in anything, you know what that means, white. And you know how they're going to cheat. If it comes from a white person, they're going to teach that it's right. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, we were basically learning about men who were explicitly racist and literally I'd be in class and they would teach about one, dead sociologist who's supposed to be the godfather of the field. And then you type in so-and-so Negroes, and then basically you get KKK text. There was I forgot exactly who it was we were studying. He showed up in the book that I'm reading, Sissy Insurgencies. But basically, this guy is the guy who said, the Negro is the woman of the races. And the Negro all do is make music, dance, and sing, but he is not capable of anything beyond intelligence. I wish I could find it right now. I'll try to pull it up, but I have so many wikis open that it's going to be hard for me to find his name again. But literally, this class was basically learning about racist white men that lived 100 years ago that said horrible things about black people, and we have to sit there and just take it seriously, right? Now, a lot of the times, I would find out this information in class and not even bring it up, because if I can't even remember who we're talking about, definitely the 30, 40, 50 other kids who were in class who were basically on Instagram, Pinterest, and ChatGPT the entire time definitely don't remember his name. So I'm not sweating it. I'm not sweating it. A lot of the times. Plus, at this very low stage, it's not even worth challenging, the anti-black racism every time it pops up. If it really gets egregious, I'm going to say something. But most of the time, I let it pass. But this class is essentially, introduction to sociology too. But again, it's a lot of the history of the sociologists that came before. I learned in that class about teleology, the science of, how people expect knowledge or things to get better. But that is a perspective that usually is false. Like people believe evolution is teleological, for example. They believe that, evolution leads to better things, but evolution is random, right? That's one of the main things I picked up from that class, right? Okay. And yeah, let's continue here. Philosophy. Let's go to philosophy. Got an excellent in that. Exam. And I know some other people failed that. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Philosophy for social scientists. All right. Philosophy for social scientists, excellent. Shout out to my guy, Balaz. No, wait. No. Damanko Sheik gave me that excellent philosophy for social scientists. Very proud of that. That class was not easy. Professor's English is very, 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 not broken, but he has a very thick Hungarian accent. My guy has a very thick Hungarian accent. It's hard to understand him sometimes. And his classes were at 8:30 in the morning, Monday. And then he just stands up there and talks. He stands up there and just talks for an hour and a half about, once again, dead old racist white philosophers who, once again, if you Google their names and then the word Negroes after it, you're basically reading a Nick Fuentes tweet. You get what I'm saying? So I had to sit there and take it. I sit there and take it as he rambles on and on and on about all these people that would have hated to see me in the classroom. But one of the most interesting things that I learned in that class, I guess, was about Hannah Arendt. Hannah Arendt was this woman who was a Jew who ended up having sex with this Nazi philosopher. I believe his name was Heidegger. And yeah, basically Heidegger took this Jewish girl under her wing to, guide her on her philosophical journey. And Arendt started writing about the public space and how the public space is how we are able to, better understand each other in society. And her thoughts were very deep. I wanted to read into it more. And I'm glad that I got at least an introduction to her. All right, Nelson Moreno says, do you have a hot teacher? Yes, I do. Her name is Dennis Shaw. He's right over there. You see all that schmack? You see all that schmack? See all that schmack? Okay, Assaulter says, I don't know why, but people in Romania are not racist, but are afraid of black people. If you're afraid of black people, that is inherently racist. If you're afraid of people, that is inherently racist. So so people in Romania are racist. Thank you, Assaulter. Anyway, philosophy for social scientists. I got an excellent. Don't ever come for me, boy. None of y'all ever call me stupid. None of y'all. And yes, I'm using broken English because I speak pre-English all day and I'm sick of it. But don't nan one of you come for me and say your boy don't know what he talking about. I be studying. I be working hard. I be passing excellence, man. 4.0, 4.5 GPA, man. Boy, the dean's list. Boy, my graduate valedictorian. Stop playing with me. Stop playing, man. Nelson Moreno says, Heidegger is one of the most important philosophers in the 20th century. He was a member of the Nazi Party. And that's what I said. I remember being in class. It was, 15 minutes before the end of class. Basically, there's only like 10 other people in what's supposed to be a 30-man class. Everybody's half asleep. I raise my hand and I say, you're telling us about Heidegger for half an hour, but you're not going to mention he's a Nazi? I literally said that in class. And this man's face turned red. This man's face turned red. And this is the thing. I feel like if you're going to talk about a philosopher or anybody's ideas, it's also important to talk about a person's life. It's all like, we're not just going to, just sit here and listen to the words of a literal Nazi without knowing he's a Nazi. I feel it's disingenuous. That's how can I say this? Not good. I tried to think of a cleverer word, but it's not good. Okay. Nelson Moreno says, I'm sorry, hot male teachers. Who was the hottest male teacher we had? None this semester. If there's a hot male teacher, I'll let you know. But I'm telling you, man, if you ain't seen a Hungarian, you don't know what I'm talking about. That's like finding a needle in a haystack. Like finding, what did Eminem say? Like a female with good looks who cooks and cleans. Anyway. Heidegger was snitching on Jews in his university, by the way. Heidegger was a bitch. Heidegger was a whole bitch. Fuck Heidegger. I don't care how important your philosophy is, man. If you Nazi, fuck you. I'm straight up. I know people are gonna watch this live stream on the playback and be like, he can't be smart. Listen to how he talks. But I'll say it again. Fuck Heidegger. And fuck any racist old philosopher. I don't care who they are, man. I swear, being at this university and taking some of these classes makes me realize how deep anti-blackness is. Because if we were studying people with the same level of intellectual achievement, but who just so happened to say, fuck white people, if there was a black Heidegger, let's say Dr. Umar, you'll never see them teaching about the importance of a Umar or a Louis Farrakhan or a Malcolm X to philosophy because they said, fuck white people. But basically, we get to learn every single day from the mouths of these esteemed white men who basically said, fuck niggers. You get what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But anyway, let's continue on here. Last class that your boy got an excellent in. Balazs matched human rights class. Now, I don't know if this is an elective or if this was compulsory, but I really enjoyed this class, man, because I was raising hell up in that class. It was basically this So we have two types of classes in my university, at least the ones I've taken so far. We have lecture courses where you kind of don't have to there and somebody's just talking to you for an hour and a half. And then you have like basically like conference courses. I forgot the other word. Seminar classes, yeah. Seminar classes, right? Where you have to be there and participation is important, right? And so in my seminar classes, they're usually smaller group of people, and it's discussion based and presentation based. And boy, talking about human rights, I was whooping them asses. I was whooping asses. See, it's not fair, man, because I got experience on these people, and I also got book smarts on these people, man. I done read a lot, I done seen a lot, I done lived a lot, so I got a lot of shit to say. And when we're talking about human rights, your boy can go on and on all day. And what I learned from that class, at least what I gained for myself, is like the perception that human rights are not universal. There's no such thing as human rights. There are only rights that you're able to fight or maintain. Let's keep it frank. As we're living in a white supremacist world under the white man's rule, where might makes right, the more power, the more able you're able to influence people and dominate over them. Since domination is all that matters to the white man, there is no such thing as any sort of universal truth, universal acceptance, universal love, any sort of universal anything. There's only what you can fight for and maintain. And that's what I got from that class the most. But I really enjoyed going to war with some of the people in there. There was a really interesting, waspy Australian guy who was kind of a dick, but I slapped him around a few times, you know, when he was talking about how the indigenous are ruining their country, how the aboriginals of Australia are ruining Australia. I slapped his ass around a few times. Got on the ass of a few people who I felt some anti-blackness in them. I felt it in them. I sneaked it out of them, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, in that class, raising hell. All right. But, yeah, my guy Ozzy asked earlier, are there any Black Americans at the university? And I've met two. Two Black American females, but they are passing. There's nobody unquestionably, undeniably, phenotypically Black to the undiscerning eye at my university who comes from America. You get what I'm saying? There is nobody that you would look at and say, there's these two girls that I met, they're passing. I know they're passing. And I know they've heard the wildest shit. I wish I got to hang out with them and got the tea, what the white folks said. I wish I did, but they didn't. I didn't get a chance. Okay. All right. Nelson Moreno says, when I see a way laid out, I always get some extra kicks in. As you should. Anyway, man. I'm just flexing real quick, man. All right. Dan Red says, hey, bro, where your gun gold and bootsy girls? That's pretty racist. I'm over here talking about my grades, my excellent grades, how I'm doing very well in university, and you want to talk about gold grills, guns, and bootsy girls? What's a bootsy girl? Man, the whites are getting worse. Man, whites are getting worse. The white getting worse. I cannot wait until those birth rates finally hit a full-on negative. I cannot wait until those white birth rates continue to hit those double-digit negative numbers. I cannot wait. Okay? All right. So anyway, man, let me just wrap this up. Just go on a little rant real quick. So, yeah, I'm very happy that I'm doing well in university, but more importantly, I'm proud of myself. And I also hope all of you, take education and it doesn't have to be formally in school. You get what I'm saying? Like the institution is one thing, formal recognition is thing. You get what I'm saying? But learning doesn't just have to be in the room. Pick up a book, read something, write something, make something, sit down in silence, meditate, whatever it takes to get that brain, because we live in a world where actively people want to stop us from thinking. You get what I'm saying? People actively want to stop us from getting knowledge of self, from educating ourselves and educating others. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's important, to spread that message. And secondly, I just want to talk about how, Hungary makes it possible for this dream to happen for me, but also very hard at the same time. Now, there's a lot of circumstances that led to me being in Hungary over another country where tuition might be cheaper or the cost of living might even out. You get what I'm saying? I'm not regretful about any point in my life of what led me here. But I'll just say this, what really bothers me about this process is that, I'm fighting a front where, tuition is mainly important, but also finding a way to maintain here, stay here, and maintain my relationship in my family as well. You get what I'm saying? And any other country in the world would make that much easier for a person to do. And that makes me have a lot of resentment towards this country when it could have been, so much easier. In fact, it was easier, right? My wife came here to study. I came here with her, through her, right? And then I decided to study. She should be able to have that same right as well. But this country, because, the Hungarians are led by a right fascist government, have decided, that's going to be extremely hard for both of y'all to do. And I really hate that it's like that. You get what I'm saying? It shouldn't have to be like that. And that's what makes that very hard. But, where there's a way, we're not going to just mope and complain. We're going to find a way to make it through. The important thing. You get what I'm saying? And Nelson says he saw Orban at that RuPaul show. Was his face beat to the gods? Did he do the death drop and die? But that's something I had to say. Other thing I had to say, man, once again, I'm just going to repeat this point about the humanities. We live in this world right now where people think, the humanities have nothing to offer. There's nothing to gain from a philosophy degree, from a social science degree, from a sociology degree, from a psychology degree, from a degree in gender studies, in Black studies, in Jew studies, in anthropology. Like, they think these degrees are worth. And I just want to tell everybody out there, don't get discouraged about, what the job prospects are like for certain jobs, right? Because I think we should value the knowledge in and of itself, right? And this is, take it for what you will. From me, I'm a broke man. I'm broke. I've been broke all my adult life. I've only had money a handful of times, and those have been fleeting, right? My adult life has been one struggle from the next financially, while also I feel like gaining invaluable life experiences that I wouldn't trade for any amount of money. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I have to say about that. Enter name here says, bro, look cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. Zesty as F. Okay. I could be zesty too. Whatever. But yeah, we live in this world now where people are going to tell you that, you should go study something STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Don't bother learning history. Don't bother learning sociology. And I don't think that's true. I don't think you get what I'm saying. At this time in history where so many people are falling for stupid shit, where so many people are misled by misinformation, are easily gullible enough. They're gullible enough to believe con men and demagogues and strong men who tell them that, oh, those other people over there are making your life worse. Oh, those other people are over there are the ones who are destroying your country. Meanwhile, the rich capitalists exploit us all. They take us all down. They tear us all down, and they pit us against each other. It's very sad that we don't have people who are able to reason and use logic to navigate these challenges that this new world is going to create with the advent of AI, with the disappearance of other types of jobs. I do think it's important that we have people who are actually thinkers. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to tell everybody that. And yeah, once again, man, don't ever come on my channel disrespecting me, man, because I'm gonna keep getting like this. And just to even make this, all right? Enter name here says liked and subbed. I appreciate that. On this channel, we always keep it real, and we always try to enlighten the people and encourage the people and always inspire the people as well. And I'm never going to ask you for any money, no donations, but if you want to donate to the channel, it all goes to the tuition fund. Oh, that tuition fund is right around the corner, baby. Oh, it's there. It's there. But I want to show y'all the grade average, man. I'm not playing with y'all, man. This was my grade average for last semester, 4.42. 4.42 cumulative average, 4.42, and it's going to go up this semester after I knock out these last two exams. I swear. What's the grade point average right now? Come on, man. 26 credits, self-supporting student. You see that? Active, baby. Active. Active student, self-supporting, meaning I'm paying my own tuition. 26 credits in. All credits after this semester, what is it going to be? About 30, baby. Is it going to be what? And that 4.42 that 0.42 grade point average. That's, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all give me my props. Y'all give me my props. And most importantly, do it for yourself, too. Don't ever let them tell you it's impossible, that you can't reach for your dreams, you can't reinvent yourself, you can't go back to school. You get what I'm saying? It's real out here. It's real out here. And get me. Hear me for this. I'm not going back to school just because I want to get more money. Because I'm planning to go to school just to become a broke-ass professor. The goal is not to get money. It's to get something that nobody can take from you. Because what we're seeing right now, unfortunately, with Puff, is all that money he accumulated can't save him from what the white man about to do him. All that money in the world can't save Puff from what the white man about to do him. There's nothing in this world. There's nothing in this world that can't be taken away from you except what's in here. Except what's in here. Facts. Facts. You get me? So I want everybody to know that. I want everyone to know that no matter how much money you accumulate, that white man own it. Every dollar that's printed, it says property of the United States government, and it's got a slave master on it. Facts. Every dollar printed says property of the United States government, and it's got a slave master's face on it. Got to break those mental chains, man. All right? Nelson Moreno, you wildin'. He's wildin'. He said, I would spend the night in the cell with Diddy. You wildin'. That cage going to be slippery. It's going to be slippery. Slippery. Anyway, man, I'm going to log off. I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream, man. If you're out there studying for your finals, keep at it. We with you, baby. We with you. I got 2 more, then I'm going to knock it out, and I'm going to come back live and let y'all know. I'm going to let y'all know what the final grade point average is. But remember, man, hold up, wait. Remember, man, that payment is not a game. Your boy paying big money, and this is coming from me. Ain't nobody else paying for me. Hold on, wait. Here's the tuition fee right here. You see it. Tuition fee. Tuition fee from the self-funded student. Tuition fee. First semester, 2,400 euros. Second semester, 2,400 euros. Coming up next, tuition fee, third semester. That we're going to start in what, August or something? August, September? Yeah, tuition fee, got to start that. What is that, 2,400 euros? It's not a game. It's not a game. I'm a grown-ass man with grown-ass bills and grown-ass dreams. And we're going to chase them dreams no matter what. And ain't nobody going to take it away from me, you feel me? Not one of y'all, all right? Y'all be easy out there. Peace.